All right, here's a neat little trick, I guess, that I just kind of discovered myself. I'm getting ready to install these magnetic locks or door catches, I guess, for my doors. The door stiles are 2 inches wide. This piece is 5 inches wide. It's the drop from one of my upper pieces where I cut the saw curve into it, so it matches perfectly. All I'm doing here is I cut, this was already in there, the saw curve for the S-clips that hold the top to the case. I just made a spline that fits in there, dropped it in, and I'm not going to put it all the way in because it is a tight fit, but when it was all the way in, I drew a line here. Then when I flip it over, I want that line to disappear so I know that it's not going to bottom out in my case. So I don't need to glue this one in because the glue is going to hold it. This is a really tight fit, and the glue on here is going to hold everything in place anyway. I'll put a little glue on the edge of this and put that in place. So glue here along the spline, drop it in, center it up on my case. And the next thing I want to do though is I want to locate these on this piece before I glue it in, because it's a lot easier to do this out here than it is trying to hold it in place and drill up into that, you know, kind of standing on your head. So I want to do that outside, and I've got plenty of adjustment there, but I am going to locate it toward the back. But first I need to mark center, jog it over just a little bit. Probably. All right, those 2 marks there represent the gap between my doors. So I'm going to locate my catches just about a 1/16 or a strong 1/16 to the outside of those lines, and then that'll put these magnetic or the metal parts that attach to the magnet about centered on the stiles. So I think that looks pretty good. All right, I got a little dyslexic when I located these holes. I wanted to mark the distance from this side, but I marked it from this side. Long story short here is that it still works out. I have plenty of adjustment in those slots, and actually it's almost back all the way so that as the door closes and opens, it's not gonna move that latch, I don't think. So you want these to be flush, this metal piece, which I have, and then the beauty of doing this is that I can put this in there and basically dry fit it, clamp it in place, and make sure it's going to work before I do glue it in place. Okay, so here's the matching kerf that's in the back that is also in the front up here, and then hopefully you can see my marks there, right there. Those are my center line marks that I need to match up. So I'm just going to place this in here, slide it where it needs to be, right about there. Put it in place. Let me get my cheaters on here, see how I'm doing. I can tap it over just a hair. Alright, that looks good. So now I can close the doors. It might need to come out just a little bit, but I can make that depression in here. Press that into place. See if I got a couple dimples. And I do. I'll do the same thing here. Well, actually, I want to lower those a little bit. I want them down. Yeah, I didn't want them up tight to the top. I thought those, when I looked at those dimples on my other door, they were pretty close to the top. So now I can press this one. That's better. And this one I'll use the lower dots. Yeah, okay. Now I can take these and anchor them to my doors. Okay, I've got the left door done. But just find the dimples, locate it, you know, and then I got it clamped in place, as you can see. Just going to use my Vicks bit here. Alright, so I got that one installed. I might need another little turn of it. That's better. Alright, let's see how they work here. The left one is good. The right one's got to come out a little bit. There it is. Nice. Okay, that top is not fixed to the base yet, but I am extremely happy with the way this turned out. Extremely. Just looks really good. I guess, you know, when you do something right, you just know it. And that is perfect. So, ready for paint. I'll give you some close-ups here. Thanks for watching.